Okay, in the paper any doubts now? No doubts? Fine. So quickly, for the statements P and Q, consider the following compound statements. Yesterday also we looked at a similar question. What is that we need to do? P implies Q is simply negation P or Q. So if I write negation P or Q here, negation Q and Q, okay, so Q will not be taken care of. So what are you with? Negation P and negation Q. So does that imply negation P? Yes, it is already part of it. A and B will definitely imply A. A is also part of it, B is also part of it. So nothing to discuss here. Next, P and negation P. So in negation P and something, can P be included? No. So it is Q and negation P. Q and negation P. Q and something, will it not imply Q? So everything of part of Q which is common to negation P, it is there. So that will definitely have, that will imply Q. Yes or no? So both are tautologies. So the table is not needed, just basic understanding of what statements are and or will be sufficient. Next question, A69 mirror image is, so there is a line given, one point is given as A69, its mirror image is given to be 20 B minus A minus 9. Okay, so how to do this question? You have an unknown here. Had this been a number, you could have found the foot of the perpendicular and then the image, but this is unknown here. So for any point to be mirror image of the other point, there are two conditions. One, their joining should be perpendicular to the line. There are two ways in which you can do the question. Okay, one, going by the basic. What is basic? Foot of the perpendicular or image, that join will be perpendicular to this line. So what are DRs of this? 20 minus A, B minus 6, minus A minus 9, minus 9, minus A minus 18. This should be perpendicular to this particular line. What are DRs of this line? 7, 5, minus 9. So dot product should be 0, 7 into this, minus 5 into this, minus 9 into this, should be 0. From this you will get one condition in terms of A and B. And what is the second condition? Midpoint of these 2 points should satisfy this line equation. Substitute, you will get one more condition. So 2 conditions will be sufficient to find the A and B. Okay? Or otherwise you can call this T. Assume a point in terms of T. That will be your foot of the perpendicular. What is it? 70 plus 3 comma minus 5t plus 2 comma whatever. Now when will that be foot of the perpendicular? This join has to be perpendicular to this dr. So dot product equal to 0. Similarly this dot product is also 0 or midpoint. You can compare and get the values. Is that clear? All of you? So next, vector equation of plane passing through 2 planes. So instead of writing vector equations, 3D would be much comfortable to us. So what is this first line? X plus y plus z minus 1 equal to 0. What is the second line? x minus 2y plus 2 equal to 0. Vector equation of a plane passing through line of intersection of two planes, family of plane. It is given by p1 plus lambda p2. So p1 plus lambda into p2. What is second plane? X minus 2y plus 2 equal to 0. This will be equation of our required plane. How to find the value of lambda? He has given a point, substitute it, get the value of lambda. As simple as that. Very important. So third condition could be anything, perpendicular to some plane or perpendicular to some line or whatever. Family remains the same, p1 plus lambda p2. What did he do? Same thing he did, but only thing is he did it in vectors. Better to do it in 3D. Unnecessarily you need not have to write I cap, j cap repeatedly. If P is a point on the parabola which is closest to a straight line, see, shortest distance between two curves will always be along the common normal. That is the mantra. Shortest distance will always be along the common normal. He has drawn the curve y is equal to x square plus 4 parabola. What is the other one? Straight line y is equal to 4x minus 1, that is a parabola. Now shortest distance will be along the common normal. So it will be along this particular line. Differentiation. Why do you need differentiation for this? It will be along the common normal. So what do you have to do? This line is 4. So tangent at this point will also be of slope 4. Tangent slope is how much? 2x. dy by dx, 2x. So 2x should be equal to 4, x should be equal to 2. X should be equal to 2. What is he asking? Point. Coordinates. There is only one point with coordinates, x equal to 2. So obviously that should be our answer, option 4. Nothing is required, no differentiation, no nonsense. Shortest distance between any two curves, it could be parabola, circle, two circles, circle and a line, line and a parabola, anything. Shortest distance between any two curves, even in 3D also. When you are finding shortest distance between two skew lines, what is the idea? You will find the common normal. You will find a line which is perpendicular to both the lines. So shortest distance between any two curves will always be along the common normal. 10th class question only, heights and distances. Do you want me to do? N greater than or equal to 2 is a positive integer, then the sum of the series n plus 1 C2 plus 2 into 2 C2, 3 C2, 4 C2. Base is constant, numerators are ascending. So in this case, this is a standard example. What you have to do? This 2C2, you will write it as 3C3. 2C2 is also 1, 3C3 is also 1. So 2C2 you will write it as 3C3. 3C3 plus 3C2, how much is it? 4C3. 4C3 plus 4C2, how much will that be? 5C3. 5C3 plus 5C2, so on up to NC3 plus NC2 will be n plus 1 C3. So this will be n plus 1 C3 into 2 is there, 2 into n plus 1 C3 plus n plus 1 C2. How much is this? He is asking. Simplify and get the answer. Okay? Nothing much in this question. Only thing is, this is a standard series. You need to know how to simplify it. That's it. Anybody will do the same thing. NCR plus NCR plus 1 is n plus 1 CR plus 1. F is defined as minus 5x when x is less than minus 5, 2x cube okay. So he is asking you to understand where the function is increasing, okay. So there is no other go, you have to find monotonicity, differentiate This region already you know it is decreasing function. Yes or no? Minus 55x is a straight line with obtuse inclination, negative slope. So this part is a decreasing function, you need not even bother about it. We want increasing. Okay. So up to minus 5, nothing will be there as part of your answer. So 1 is ruled out, 3 is ruled out. Now we have to play between 2 and 4. So if you just check minus 5 to infinity, minus 5 to infinity, except for numbers missing between minus 4 to 4. So 0, at 0 if it is increasing function, our answer will be 2. If it is not increasing function, answer will be 4. Yes or no? So 0, where is it falling? Here. What is derivative at 0? Minus 120. Yes or no? Only this will remain, everything will become 0. Minus 120. Is it decreasing there or increasing there? Decreasing. What we want? Increasing. So 0 should not be part of our answer. So what is our answer? Option 4. Is it clear? No drawing graph, no complete nonsense differentiation, just to be little alert. We are saving lot of time. What are we doing? Up to minus 5 it is decreasing function, so that should not be part of our answer. Some options got eliminated. We are left with 2 options. In these 2 options, how to identify which one is right? Identify those regions where he is saying it is increasing or he is saying it is not increasing, where there is a dispute. Common or already common, just check whether there is wherever there is a dispute and see who is right. And which is the best number to choose between minus 4 to 4 for this discussion? 0. Why? Differentiation, only constant term we have to focus. I need not even differentiate 2x cube and other things. Only that linear term if I differentiate, that will suffice. Okay. So no pen paper required, no graph required. Happily you can answer. Let f be a twice differentiable function. It is less audible. Okay. Am I more audible now? Vedesh? Am I audible? Yes or no? Okay, I will also be little louder. Let f be twice differentiable function. F be twice differentiable function such that f of 0 is 1, f dash 0 is 2 for determinant of f of x, f dash x, f dash x, f double dash x. Find the value of f of 1. So simple determinant. What will be, how to evaluate this determinant? This is f of x into f double dash x is equal to f dash x whole square. Okay. So just to solve this integration, differential equations. So segregate whatever you can integrate. F of x cannot work with f double dash. F of x cannot work with f double dash. F of x should be associated with f dash. Similarly, f dash can be associated with f double dash. So what is the manipulation which you do? F double dash by f dash is equal to f dash by f. F dash by f is something which you can happily integrate, log of f of x. Log of f dash x. So more or less he did the same thing, so let us learn from him. Log f dash x is equal to log f of x plus log c. Now log a plus log b is log a into b, c into f of x, log gets cancelled. F dash x is equal to c f of x. One mistake what he is doing is he is continuing with that c, unnecessary. Get rid of that c. F dash 0 is 2, f of 0 is 1. Yes or no? So put x equal to 0, f dash 0 is 2, f of 0 is 1. So c is 2. So here itself you can write c is equal to 2. So as far as possible, get rid of the unknowns. Integrating this again is simple. F dash x by f is log f. Again one more integration constant will come. That also you can get rid of because f of 0 you already know it is 1. So put x is equal to 0 here itself. Log 1 is 0, 0, k is 0. So e power 2x is the function. Now whatever you want you can answer. Okay, any doubt till here? For which of the following curves the line x plus root 3y is equal to 2 root 3 is a tangent at the point 3 root 3 by 2 comma 1 by 2. Okay. So at this point you have to find tangent equations for each one of them and see which of them is the tangent equation. So what is tangent equation at this point? S1 is equal to 0, right? Oh, he is checking condition for tangency. Not at all needed. Nonsense. Simply write a tangent equation. What is tangent equation for first curve? 3 root 3 x by 2 plus y by 2 is equal to 7. Is there any 7 visible there? So that cannot be tangent equation. Directly straight away without even looking at this, there is no 7 visible, so you could have eliminated it. So what is tangent equation here? Y by 1 is how much? Y by 2 is equal to 1 by 12 root 3 into x plus x1. X plus 3 root 3 by 2. Okay. So are they looking same? This is 6 root 3 by x. 6 root 3 y is not there with x, it is root 3 y. Yes or no? So this is also ruled out. Next one, 2x x1. How much is that? 2 gets cancelled. 3 root 3x minus 18y y1. 9y. Minus sign is there, their plus sign is there. Ruled out. So option 4. Nothing is there in that question. So all these conditions for tangency, calculating slope is not necessary. Directly you can see. Find the value of this integral. So integral part of 1 to 3. This quadratic is little larger. X square lagunte bound. Okay. So try to write it in terms of x square minus 2x minus 1. How can we simplify it? Directly also you can do, not a big deal. X minus 1 whole square minus 3. Okay. 3 is an integer. Integer you can always take it out of the integral part. So this minus 3 part you can write it outside and integrate from 1 to 3. That is not a big deal. Now look at integral 1 to 3, x minus 1 whole square. It will vary from which number to which number? 1 minus 1 whole square is 0. 3 minus 1 whole square is 4. So it is varying from 0 to 4. So to understand integral part you have to ask one question. Between which two consecutive integers it lies. So something is between 0 to 4. Segregate when it is between 0 to 1. Then from 1 to 2. Then from 2 to 3. Then from 3 to 4. How many cases will come? 4 cases will come 0 to 1, 1 to 2,
2 to 3, 3 to 4. That's what he did. Or maybe he did one more thing inside. This integral 1 to 3 x minus 1 whole square, he is writing in terms of x square wise. Okay, that will simplify your vision. How? X minus 1 is equal to t. Accordingly, limits will also change from 0 to 2. Instead of 1 to 3, limits will now be 0 to 2. This is a mistake here. It should be from 0 to 2. It should be from 0 to 2. Okay. Just put x minus 1 is equal to t. But straight away also you can do. Even without all this also directly you can do. X square minus 2x minus 2 is a familiar graph. How will it be? Upward parabola. It will be a upward parabola. This point is 1. Yes or no? Vertex is 1. Yet 1, how much will this value be? 1 minus 4 minus 3. And you are integrating from 1 to 3. At 3 you have to look at the value. How much is this value at 3? 9 minus 6, 3 minus 2. How much? 1. So your discussion is ranging from minus 3 to 1. Your discussing is ranging from minus 3 to 1. Now just see, when will this be minus 2? When will this be minus 1? When will this be 0? 1 is already there. So split this discussion into 4 cases. First case, second case, third case, fourth case. Just you have to solve 3 quadratic equations in between. Okay? Some of them may be simple. Just take the roots which are between 1 and 3. Okay? Accordingly split them and do it. Okay? So geometrically also you can do this question. Possible values of there will be only one possible value. Any values are there? Okay, what is the value of sin inverse root 63 by 8, 1 by 4 of it, tan of it? Looks like a little laborious question. Anna? Sudha? Let sin inverse root 63 by 8 be theta. So this quantity will be 4 theta. What I want is tan theta. What I want is tan theta. What I know is sin 4 theta. Achha, that is the reason he is asking possible values. He is asking possible values. Multiple values may be there. But actually there will be only one value. There will be only one value. So it's better always to start the question the other way around. Tan theta, take it as 1 by root 7. Find sin 4 theta and check whether it is right or not. Okay? Sensible or not? Or even more, to save time, what I will do is I will try to understand this question. Root 63 is how much? Close to 8. Root 64 is 8. This is close to 8. So this number will be close to 1. This number will be close to 1. This number is close to pi by. This is close to pi by 2. Sin inverse root 6 by 8 is close to pi by 2. So 1 by 4 of that will be close to pi by 8. Tan 22 and a half. Something close to or slightly less than. Our answer should be less than tan 22 and a half. Tan pi by 8. Tan pi by 8. So any option directly which we can rule it out? 2 root 2 minus 1 is how much? Much bigger than tan 45 also? Yes or no? So ruled out. Root 7 minus 1 is what? Definitely more than 1. Ruled out. So our fight is only between 1 by 2 root 2 and 1 by root 7. So which one you want to check with? First check with this. 1 by 2 root 2 is little softer than 1 by root 7. If you are getting this, well and good. Otherwise go for, okay, here itself you will know whether this is the option or that is the option. You need not even check with 1 by root 7. Okay, so two options got eliminated, third one you can check. Otherwise you will have to do lot of solving. That is all it is. What is the negative statement of this? Negative of A union B will be negation A intersection negation B. Negation of A intersection B will be negation A union. Union will change to intersection, intersection will change to union. So on this we have to apply negation. So what will this change to? Negation of negation P is P and will become R. Negation of PRQ. Negation of PRQ will be what? Negation P and negation Q. Okay. So and unte boundary we would have eliminated this, but we have R here. Okay. So let us understand what is it. I told you better way of understanding it is Venn diagram. Sets both of them are same. So P Q. Negation P means outside P. Negation Q means outside Q. What is their intersection? Outside of P and Q. This RP means also the elements inside P. So what is missing here? Only that small q part is missing. You can check which of them will be your answers. Negation P or Q. Negation P or Q. So every element in Q will be part of this. Can this be part of this? No. This can't be part of this. So first option is ruled out. Second one is what? P or negation Q. It is P, everything is there, or negation Q outside of Q. Absolutely fine. So second one is your answer. Okay. So you need not go for much analytical discussion. Just understand this on a Venn diagram, and still you will be able to do it. Analytical also not a big problem. If the curve ax square plus bx plus c passes through the point 1, 2, so substitute the point, one condition is already there, this passes through the point 1, 2. So 2 is equal to a plus b plus c. One condition is already there. And tangent line to this curve at origin is y equal to x. Tangent line to this curve at origin at 0, 0. How will you find it? Two ways. What are those two ways? Differentiate, dirty way. Better way is S1 is equal to 0. Better way is, it's a parabola. S1 is equal to 0. So y will be replaced with y plus y1 by 2, y by 2 is equal to x1 0, b by 2x plus c. This is the tangent equation. One line you have tangent equation, nothing to do. Okay. Tangent, what it says is y is equal to x. That means there is no constant term. C is 0. C is 0. And b equal to 1. Substitute, you will get a. That's the answer. Okay. So not a big deal at all. Like I told you, areas, most important part is parabola. Circle you are already familiar, not a big problem. lines, triangles will come, again not a problem. Parabola if you learn, 90% questions will be over. Trigonometric functions if you learn, 99% will be over. That remaining 1% will be exponential. That is also comfortable. Log and exponential. Okay. So why is the region between these two parabolae? You can use integration here. Find the point of intersection. Find the point of intersection. There is beautiful symmetry about y-axis. Or you can integrate one side 0 to this part. Upper curve will be how much? 2x square plus 9. Lower curve is what? 5x square. Upper curve minus lower curve will be 9 minus 3x square. Integrate it from 0 to whatever you are getting as a point of intersection. That will be your answer. 2 times of that. What is this? Linear differential equation. Yes or no? Yesterday also I told you linear differential equations are most preferred for entrance examinations. There is a reason for that. Why? Linear differential equations they will use in engineering also. Okay, many departments they have to use linear differential equations. So most of the teachers who are setting papers for you are comfortable with linear differential equations than anything. Okay, so either your question will be on variable separable or convertible to variable separable or linear Bernoulli. These are the most preferred questions over homogeneous. Okay, so linear will be most preferred. Like a direct linear differential equation, not big difficulty also. F of x be a differentiable function defined on 0, 2 such that f dash x is equal to f dash 2 minus x. F dash x is equal to f dash 2 minus x. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? F of x has first function. What is it? Okay. What you have to do is f of x, f dash x minus f dash 2 minus x is equal to 0. Integrate it on both sides. So what will you get? F of x minus minus plus f of 2 minus x is equal to 0 integral is c. Integration constant. Is there any information given to find c? Yes, f of 0 is 1, f of 2 is e square or something. Okay. So put x is equal to 0. If you put x is equal to 0, what will you get? 0. F of 0 is 1. F of 2 is e square. So c is 1 plus e square. He is asking you to evaluate integral 0 to f of x dx. Can you recollect something? Call this integral I. I will again be equal to integral 0 to 2 f of 2 minus x. Now what I know is their sum. So add both of them. 2y is equal to 2 into 1 plus e square. 2 gets cancelled. Answer is 1 plus e square. అర్థమైందా? All that I replace x with 2 minus x, add both of them, that sum is given to you 1 plus e square, that part will be over. Okay, so geometrically whenever you see f dash x is equal to f dash 2 minus x, that means f dash is symmetric about 1. F dash is symmetric about 1. Why 1? Replace x with x plus 1. Replace x with, there are two ways of identifying it, I will tell you both of them. Replace x with x plus 1. F dash x plus 1 is equal to f dash 2 minus x minus 1. What is it? 1 minus x. Yes or no? So f dash 1 plus x, that means whatever is happening x units after 1 is same as f dash 1 minus x, whatever is happening x units before 1. What does that mean? Symmetric about 1. Symmetric about 1. Direct way of understanding is also there. F of x means x units from 0. Whatever is happening x units after 0 is happening same at 2 minus x. 2 minus x means what? X units before 2. Yes or no? Whatever is happening x units after 0, same thing is happening x units before 0. So if this is 0 here, it will also be 0 here. If it is 1 here, it will be 1 here. So how will be the curve? There will be again some symmetry about the midpoint. There will be symmetry about the midpoint for f dash of x. For f dash of x. Is that clear? All of you? So if this side it is an increasing function, that side it will be a decreasing function with the same rate. With the same rate. So whatever area is removed here, same area will get added there. That is how the sum is constant. That is how the sum is constant. Is that clear? That is the whole geometry idea behind the question. Analytical is also fine. Next question, what is it? A and B. B 3 by 3 real matrices such that A is symmetric matrix, B is skew symmetric matrix. Again very important, symmetric and skew symmetric. Then the system of linear equations a square b square minus b square a square into x is equal to 0, where x is a 3 by 1 column matrix. So you understand Ax is equal to b will be a system of linear equations. Here b is 0, so that means they are homogeneous set of equations. So these are homogeneous linear equations, 3 linear equations which are homogeneous. So for homogeneous there will be no question of no solution. 0 0 0 will definitely be a solution. Either it will be a trivial case or a non-trivial case. Either there will be unique solution or infinitely many solutions. That is what we need to check. So further what you need to understand, determinant of this whether it is 0 or not. So if you observe delta of a square b square minus b square a square, if this is 0, then you will have infinitely many solutions. If this is not 0, then there will be only one solution, 0 0 0 0. Okay, so exactly two solutions is ruled out, no solution is ruled out. So how to say whether this determinant is 0 or not? What is given about A and B? A is a symmetric matrix. A is a symmetric matrix. B is a skew symmetric matrix. B is a skew symmetric matrix. So what can you say about B square and A square? If A is a symmetric matrix, what can you say about A square? A square transpose will be what? Is it A transpose whole square? Let me see. This is A into A transpose. Yes or no? Reversal law. This A is transpose first, this A transpose next. Whichever way it is A transpose whole square.
So these two operations can be interchanged. A power n whole transpose is same as
A transpose whole power n. Happily you can interchange. So next time don't keep a
blind face. A transpose is what? A. It is a symmetric matrix. So this is A square. So A square, is it a symmetric matrix or a non-symmetric matrix?
symmetric matrix.
Similarly, what can you say about B square whole transpose? It will be B transpose whole square. Yes or no? B transpose is how much? Minus B, skew symmetric matrix. Minus B into minus B is what? B square. So is this a skew symmetric matrix or a symmetric matrix or nothing? Symmetric matrix. If two matrices are symmetric, what will be their product? A is symmetric, B is symmetric. AB whole transpose, what is it? B transpose into A transpose. B transpose is same as B, A transpose is same as A. Yes or no? But it will be in the reverse order, not same. AB transpose will be BA. AB transpose will be BA. So, here A square B square transpose, what will it be? B square transpose, which is B square itself, A square. Okay? So what kind of matrix is A square B square minus B square A square? If you put a transpose on that, this will become B square A square, this will become A square B square. So what kind of a matrix is it? Skew symmetric matrix. So this is a skew symmetric matrix. And skew symmetric matrix of odd order, that is 0. Skew symmetric matrix of odd order, that is 0.
So directly you can identify starting from
What is transpose of? This is for your internal understanding. So question, how will you start? You will start with checking A square minus B square, A square whole transpose.
what will it be?
Transpose of this minus transpose of this. That will be B square transpose into A square transpose, which is B square into A square. So finally you get this as B square A square minus A square B square. So now you identify it as skew symmetric matrix. Skew symmetric matrix of odd order is 0. Determinant is 0. So that is 0. This will be a infinitely many solutions. For unique solution, that should not be 0. For yes or no? Same thing he did. He called it C. Okay. ABC be in arithmetic progression. Let centroid of the vertices.
Let the centroid of the triangle with vertices A comma C, 2 comma B and A comma B be something. So what is that? I don't think much complication here, simple numbers.
So A plus 2 plus A, 2A plus 2 is given to be how much? 10.
Yes or no? Centroid 3A.
Denominators I can get rid of. C plus 2B is given to be how much? 7. A value I know. BC I have a condition. A, B, C are in arithmetic progression.
So 2B is equal to A plus
C. So A I already know.
C I will know, B I will know. A, B, C, A are
known to us. So quadratic equation,
that's it.
this is what? Alpha plus beta whole square minus 3 alpha beta. Sum of the roots, product of the roots, if you find out,
More than sufficient.
for the system of linear equations. So linear equations questions, write the system neatly, so that if at all we are able to see something, we can see here it's crooked. X minus 2y no z is equal to 1. X minus y kz is equal to minus 2. No x ky plus 4z is equal to 6. K is in two different places. Two unknowns is set, so it is difficult to identify any linear combination. Okay, had it been only one single unknown, with two combination I can find a linear combination and apply it on the remaining. But what happened?
two unknowns. Still there will be a method. I'll tell you. In such cases where you are not able to identify linear combination, what you have to do? Det. What is it? 1 minus 2, 0, 1 minus 1 k, 0 k 4 is equal to 0. If it is not 0, you will have unique solution. If it is 0, there is chance of infinite solutions or no solution. To check infinite or no solution, replace this in one column. If that is also 0, infinite solutions. If that is not 0, no solution. Simple discussion. Yes or no? That is what you can do. So what I could have done here is, if I have to identify a combination, this minus this is 0, right? That can be the only combination. But this minus this is 3. How can I relate with 6? 2 times of that. So 2 times of first thing, first equation, plus 2 times of second equation, minus third equation is 0. From these two, what I can say? 2 times of first equation plus or minus? Minus 2 times of second equation, 2 plus 4 minus 6 is 0. 2 minus 2 is 0. Yes or no? So these two should also obey same linear equation. So if I put, what will I get? K1. Okay? That will be the condition for your. If that same thing is also satisfying here, there will be a chance of infinite solutions. If you are getting a different combination, no solution. If you make K not equal to that, unique solution. Is that clear? But this is tricky. Don't go with constants. Though I went here, don't go with constants. Okay? Don't ever go with. Previous method was the better method, best method. That will be tricky. The probability that randomly selected subsets of the set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 have exactly 2 elements in their intersection. Regular question only. So there is a set with elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am constructing a subset A of it and another subset B of it. Their intersection should have how many elements? 2 elements. Their intersection should have how many elements? 2 elements. So first you have to ask a question, which 2 elements? Select the 2 elements. 5C 2 ways I can select 2 elements. Let's say they are 1 and 2. Now what will you do with 1 and 2? You will put them in both the sets, because they have to be part of the intersection. Yes or no? Now remaining 3, what can you do with it? 3 you can put it here but not here, or here but not here, or you may ignore in both of them. So 3 can be dealt in how many ways? 3 ways. 4 can be dealt in how many ways? 3 ways. 5 can be dealt in how many ways? 3 ways. So the remaining numbers can be dealt in how many ways? 3 cube ways. So in how many ways you can form a set whose intersection has exactly 2 elements? First decide which 2 elements. 5C 2 ways you can select them. Now those 2 elements should be both in A as well as B. So put them in both A and B in one way. Remaining elements you can choose between putting in A and not in B, putting in B and not in A, and not putting in any of them. Yes or no? Is that clear? So 5C2 into 3 cube. Otherwise, how many ways you can form 2 sets? Every element you can either put it in A, not in B, B, not in A, or in both of them, or ignore in both of them. How many ways you can deal? 4 ways. Yes or no?
So 4 power 5 is the denominator. Denominator is how much?
4 power 5.
Numerator is how much? 5c2 into 3q. So whatever you
Simplify
simplify.
that will be your answer. Understood or not? Now, if the same question has their union has 3 elements, their union has
3 elements, then what can be the question?
first decide which 3 elements.
Union has 3 elements. A union B has 3 elements.
Yes or no? That means what is happening with the remaining 2 elements? They are neither in A nor in B. Dentlo oka dantlo unna kuda it will come in the union. Even if it is there in A not in B, it will come in union. B and not in A, it will come in the union. So remaining 2 elements, they should not be there anywhere. Yes or no?
So first decide which 2 elements are there.
Nowhere. What will you do there with them? Only one way, throw them out.
Now with the remaining 3 elements,
What you can do? Put them in A, not in B. Put them in B, not in A. Or put them in both of them. How many ways you can deal with them?
3 ways.
3, 3, 3, 3 cube. Divide by denominator remains the same.
Is that clear? So any combination of questions, just understand this.
You can even
Have 3 sets. You can even have
3 sets.
Then what will be your question? Let's say n of A union B union C itself. Now remaining 2 elements
Cannot be in A, cannot be in B, cannot be in C. Okay?
Now whatever
Elements are there, select them 5, C, 3.
let's say 1, 2, 3.
Now one should be part of union. When can it be? When will it be part of union?
Either in A, not in BC, B not in AC, C not in AB. 3 cases.
Cases over A and B, A and C, B and C.
Another 3 cases over 6. All ABC.
7. Yes or no?
Or you can take one element.
Decide whether to put it in A or not. 2 ways you can decide. Decide whether to put it in B and C or not. 2 ways you can decide. Decide whether you have to put in C or not. 2 ways you can decide. How many ways you can decide with one element? 8 ways. 2 into 2 into 2, 8. One way is putting nowhere. That you remove remaining 7 cases. So any big question you can do. Even if he has n element set with m subsets formed, still you will be able to do the question. Yes or no? Any doubt still here?
Okay, paper leak again.
For integers n and r, bracket of nr means NCR. If n is greater than or equal to r, greater than or equal to
0. Fine.
otherwise it is not 0. So it is not directly NCR,
Here it is.
some other definition, bracket of n of r. Sigma I is equal to 0 to k, 10 Ci,
15C K minus I. Sorry, it is not C. C అనుకుంటే కొద్దిసేపు.
this is 10 Ci,
15C K minus I. Sum is a constant.
powers are also constant. In that case, what is it?
It is like selecting K apples from, sorry, K fruits from 10 apples and 15 mangoes. Selecting K fruits from 10 apples and 15 mangoes.
I can take no apple,
15 mangoes, K mangoes, or
1 apple,
K minus 1,
2 apples,
K minus 2,
I apples.
K minus I. That is what is the meaning of the question. So effectively what I am doing, I have 22 fruits, 25 fruits. From that I am selecting K fruits. So had it been only
Only C,
I would have said that this is 25 25 Ck. Similarly, 12 fruits of one kind, 13 fruits of another kind, sum has to be how much? K plus 1. So K plus 1 fruits from again 25, Ck plus 1. So this will be 26C, K plus 1 had it been C. Now let us see what is he asking and what is he needs. The maximum value of K for which the sum exists. So had it been C, I would have said K should be at the most 25. K should be at the most 25. Beyond 25 this will not exist. Okay. But here the question is not C, it is something else. So let us see if that something else is having any impact or not. Let me take K to be a number more than 26 and see 30. Let me put K equal to 30 and see what he means in this question. This is what? 10 of 0, 15 of 30. 15 of 30 will be how much? 0. If R is not less than n, that will be 0. Yes or no? So all these terms will be 0. Up to where? If it is 30, this will be how much? When I is 15, this will be 30 minus 15. 30 minus 15. 15 say 15, but 10 of 15 is 0. Okay. So on up to when I is 29, 0, 15, 0, less than 10, this will be existing, but this more than 10, this will be 0. Okay. So entire summation is 0. It exists, still it exists. Here 12C, 31, 0. So irrespective of what this is, that will be 0. Up to when I starts becoming less than 12 or equal to 12. Once I is 12, this is how much? 13C, a bigger number. Yes or no? That is also 0. So this will always exist. K can be any number. There is nothing called maximum number. He is right. Had it been C, question would have been different. But here, even if K is greater than, he is giving 0. So at least had he given that it is a non-zero number, exists but non-zero number, then we would have thought about it. But as it is for existing, shortest distance between two lines, just in the start we discussed, shortest distance will always be along the common normal. So what is the formula? Shortest distance is always better to do in vectors. If you have a line passing through a point A and parallel to vector B, another line skew to it passing through the point C and parallel to vector D, shortest distance will be along the common normal. Common normal will be what? B cross D. It is perpendicular to B bar, perpendicular to D bar. It will be B cross D. So how to find shortest distance? This is perpendicular distance, foot of the perpendicular from A onto the perpendicular, C onto the perpendicular, which is in language projection. So this is projection of the vector A minus C on B cross D. What will be projection of A minus C on B cross D? A minus C dot B cross D divided by mod B cross D. Projection of A minus C. Is it clear how you got that formula? This is projection of A minus C on the vector B cross D. A minus C dot B cross D by mod B cross D. Just convert this into vectors. So first one is what? X minus lambda by 2 is equal to y minus half by 1 is equal to minus z, means z minus 0 by minus 1. So what is your point A here? Lambda half 0. What is your vector B bar? 2i
2, 1, minus 1. 2i cap, j cap, minus 1.
Similarly, you can find the
Other line in
symmetric form. What is that? X by 1 is equal to y plus 2 lambda by 1 is equal to z minus lambda by 1. So this passes through the point 0 comma minus 2 lambda comma lambda.
DRs are 1, 1, 1.
So C bar
You know, D bar you know. A minus C dot B cross D,
everything you can find equated to this
and get
the answer. Okay. So shortest distance is again something which you will regularly get. This you would have got it
many times. RKs. Lot of such questions are there. What will you do?
replace x with 1 by x and solve them. Replace x with
1 by x.
what will you get? This will be a f of 1 by x plus alpha f of x is equal to b by x plus beta x.
He is talking something about
A plus alpha, b plus beta.
So just add the equations. A plus alpha f of x is
F of x itself.
A plus alpha f
F of 1 by x is f of 1
1 by x itself.
So f of x plus f of 1 by x is equal to
B plus beta is 2. 2
into x plus 1 by x. So answer is 2. Answer is 2. Simple question. You can get this
This combination in integration, or from here you can find f of x.
some quadratic will be given.
Given this side, you will have to find f of x from there.
Then integrate. So regularly plenty of questions are there on that model. Very important.
Let P be a point
Such that its distance from the point is thrice its distance from
the point. Apollonius circle PA by PB is equal to 3.
PA by PB is equal to 3.
So it will be a Apollonius circle with those points which divide them in the ratio 1:3 internally and externally as diametric ends.
Or directly also you can write the equation.
Well, what he wrote,
Simplification, he got a circle.
circle equation.
You can do it.
Okay,
But this will be difficult when he
gives the same thing in complex numbers. In coordinate geometry, this is fine. You will get a simple circle equation,
but this may be difficult when you get it in.
so just by looking at PA by PB is equal to constant,
You should identify
it is a Apollonius circle. If that constant is not 1, it will be a perpendicular bisector if this constant is 1.
very important. Apollonius circle is repeatedly asked, especially in advanced. Okay.
So, very important.
And complex number he will ask.
Very rarely he will ask in geometry, unless he wants to make
The question simple. He will not ask in
geometry, he will ask it in.
complex numbers. Area of the triangle formed by x-axis,
Again, I told you the same thing. Area question, if at all is coming.
circle, line, parabola. That's it.
So here he gave a combination with
Circle and two lines. Simple geometry will work. Normal means this will be a semicircle. Geometrically also you can do.
integration also will be.
Okay. The question is wrong, is it? Area of the triangle formed by x-axis, the normal and the tangent of the circle at the point 5, 7 is A. By positive x-axis. Oh. Acha. Positive x-axis,
That is creating the
problem. Fine.
x-axis. Variance of 10 natural numbers is less than 10. Then the maximum possible value of k is. So
Variance, how will you calculate? Square, mean of squares minus square of mean.
mean of squares minus square of mean.
Okay, so that is the best way
Try to calculate variance instead of using all other formulae.
Squares sum.
What is it?
1 plus 1 plus 1. 9 nines are there. 1. So this is 9 plus k square. 9 plus k square by 10 will be your mean of squares. Square of mean. Mean how much will it be? 9 plus k by 2. 9 plus k by 10. Sorry. 9 plus k by 10 will be your mean. Square of that. This is given to be less than 10. So you get a quadratic inequality. You get a quadratic inequality. Solve that inequality. Not a big issue. First 4 terms of a geometric progression. How will you assume first 4 terms of a geometric progression? AR, A by R, AR cube, A by R cube. Common ratio is R square, not R. Once you assume it that way, product will be. Acha, product is not mentioning. Product is not mentioning, so there is no use. Only when he talks about the product, that type of assumption will make sense. Otherwise, you can assume normal GP, AR square, AR cube. Okay, he is only asking about sum. So, assume it this way. That also you can do, absolutely no problem. You can choose between the both. So, sum of their respective reciprocals is 65 by 18. Reciprocals will also be in similar fashion, 1 by AR, 1 by A, 1 by AR square. That will be a GP with ratio, common ratio 1 by R. Product of first 3 terms, A, AR, AR cube. Product is A cube, R power 4. Is also given 1. And the third term is alpha. He is asking 2 alpha. Okay, so it's only calculation question, nothing fantastic about it. The students S1, S2, S3, so on up to S10 be divided into 3 groups A, B, C, such that each group has at least 1 student and the group 3 has at most 3 students. Then the total number of possibilities of forming such group is what? So how many students are there? 10 students. I have to divide them into 3 groups such that each group has at least 1 student and C has at most 3 students. So let me, this question can be done with inclusion exclusion principle, but it will be little tough to visualize maybe. So let me split that into cases and do. What are the cases? C may have 1 child with it, 2 child with it, 3 children. So these are the only 3 cases. Now give C only 1 child. Decide who is that and give C that child. 10 C one ways you can decide the child. Into. Now what you have to do? Remaining 9 children distribute between A and B. Normally how can you have done it? 2 power 9 ways. Each child will either choose A or B, A or B, A or B. So 2 power 9 ways. But this will also have a case where everybody is going to A or everybody is going to B. So those 2 cases I have to remove -2. That is what we do. Okay? Or there can be a case where C has 2 children with him. Select those 2 children, 10C2 into what will happen? Remaining 8 children, either they can choose A or B, A or B, A or B. 2 power 8 ways. Minus, again this will have a case where everybody is going to A or everybody is going to B. None of the sets should be empty. None of them should be empty. So -2 plus 10C3 into 2 power 7 -2. That will be your answer. Okay, is that clear? Divide numerator by 2, denominator by whatever, √2. So you can see -1 plus I √3 by 2 is what? Cis whatever. Convert that into polar form.
Convert that into polar form. Okay. So this part is simple. 6 pi by 6. 6 pi by 3. 2 6 pi by 3. Yes or no? This part is 6 2 pi by 3. 2 6 2 pi by 3. Then you apply De Morey theorem. Power is 21. So 21 pi by 3. 21 3 gets cancelled. Multiple 7. So this you are getting it to be a real number. Multiple of pi. So this will be a purely real number. Similarly, this also by root 2. Pi by 4 or 3 pi by 4. Power multiple of 4. That also gets cancelled. Again, denominator is also a real number. So you are getting proper real numbers. So that is what he also did. Same thing has to be done. Number of real roots. Again, this root word is something misleading. This root word cannot be used for non-polynomials. It is used with only polynomials. Solutions is better word. Fine, whatever. Let's say he means only solutions. Because roots can be repetitive. For a polynomial, we can say there are exactly n roots and we can stop the restriction. But here, how can I say how many roots? Mod, we cannot say how many roots. But still, how to deal with mod? Split the discussion into two cases, x greater than or equal to 5, less than 5. You will get two quadratics. Check whether the roots are satisfying the assumed condition or not. Depending on that, you can keep the root or get rid of the root. So in first case, you got half n, but we are talking about less than 5. So both of them are less than 5. So both of them will be roots. Second case is x greater than 5. Something is rejected. That will be the not a tough question. Over. That's it. Okay. That's it. So only few questions were tricky in this paper. Most of them were regular routine questions. Not like yesterday. Yesterday's some questions were lengthy, but there was sufficient choice in numericals. So numericals, here also some lengthy questions are there, but there is sufficient choice. So wisely use the choice in numericals. That is the moral of the story. 10 questions, you have to attempt only 5 questions. Don't go for any lengthy question. Only when you are confident about the question and you can see that it can be simple and straightforward way you can solve it, pick that question. Sufficient questions are there which are easy and lengthy. Yes or no? So entire intelligence lies in terms of picking those 5 easy questions.